name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. First up, apologies if you can hear any additional traffic noise today. It is the first weekend since the Ring of Steel has been lifted here in Victoria, so now country and metro Victorians can travel anywhere across the state for the first time in a very long time. And because we're in the Yarra Valley, it is a very popular place for motorbikes to come out for a ride, for sports car clubs, and also for tourists as well. So it's great to have everyone back here in the region, but it's also makes the roads a little bit noisier, and that's something that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, I think. Really not a lot else to report in terms of farming this week, and I think that is partly because that the restrictions have been lifted. So instead of doing farm work, we've been catching up with family. There's the opportunity to go out a little bit more, for people to come here. So there has been a lot less work. There are still a lot of projects on the go and things that will start to happen over the summer, but it has been a little quiet. Last week I planted my veggies and I have been watering them in the evenings during this week. It's been quite warm, so I've had to make sure that they've been kept watered so that they will establish, and they're looking really good. I finished my pair of stripy socks last week, and then I decided that I'd like to cast on a jumper. So I got out the souvenir yarn that I bought in Japan. I bought 3 skeins of this beautiful green and then 1 skein of this purple, and they're sort of heathered. They've got different colours in them. They may not pick up that well. Oh, that's pretty good. So my thought was that I would have a green jumper with purple detail, some kind of yoke or something like that in it. So I swatched with the green, and to be honest, I actually really don't like swatching. I knit for a little bit on the size needle that I thought it would use, and I got the fabric that I liked. And from there, I then went back through patterns that I've been favoriting, looking for different ideas to potentially use with this yarn. And I found one where the gauge matched pretty well. I ripped the swatch back out. I didn't wash it. I'm a very naughty knitter, and you shouldn't do that. You should swatch properly. But I've taken the risk, and I think it's going to be okay. So I've chosen it's the Maori Towel Pullover by Aroha Knits. And it's a really beautiful slip stitch yoke pattern, which will be the purple, and it's got little cables, so it's looks quite intricate, but it seems fairly easy to do. And it's top down. I've started. This is actually the second go. So this is the back with the short rows, and this will be the front. And I've just started in on the cables in the purple. There's a few bands of this motif that go all the way down to sort of the yoke here, and then the rest is just knit in plain stockingette stitch, and then there's a few details on the sleeves, and I think on the band as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check that, and maybe depending on how my yarn's going, I may actually just do some of that as well, because I have more of the purple than the pattern calls for, but I'm going to be very, very tight with the green. So depending on how my gauge goes, how long I want the body and how long I want the sleeves, I may have to incorporate a little bit of the extra purple to make it work. So I had started, and there's slip stitches in here, and I twisted them a little bit, and some of the yarn had split, so I ripped it back to the first row of the purple, and now I'm back to just up to where I had gotten to before. So when I had it off the needles and ripped back, I did pop this over my head. It looks really tiny, and it always freaks me out when you see the tiny little hole, but it does fit over my head. So I will be able to try it on once I get a bit more of the yoke done So that could be my project for the rest of the day today, to find a nice sunny spot to sit and knit, and then hopefully get quite a bit of progress done on that. And a very quick little project that is crochet is that I had a couple of masks that had elastic in the sides for keeping on your ears, and it was pulling a lot and really hurting my ears. And now that we're all out and about a lot more, we're wearing masks a lot more, not just for that really quick dash to the shops where it really doesn't matter. So what I've done is I've removed the elastic and I've put in a chain of crochet in yarn, and it is much more comfortable. So for these ones I've done 40 chain, and then I've just looped it through and connected it up so it's actually a full circle of crochet. There's another couple that I need to do that with, and some of the ones that we'd made after these initial ones that we bought, we'd already put crochet chains into them. So they are definitely the most comfortable to wear, and since it looks like masks are going to be a thing for a little while longer here in Victoria, it is definitely worthwhile making sure that we are as comfortable as possible if we have to have the mask thing going on. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.